The boy Dub Deuce in the building.
All right, what up, what up, what up? It is that guy Dub, and I'm back with another video. How you guys doing at the end of the day, shouty? I'm good money. Now today, we got two special guests back in the building. They both got projects just came out. You seen visuals, everything going on in the city, man. You said, please welcome back to the That Guy Dub show, Mr. Waverlee West and Mr. Rock Dog. What's going on, my guys?
What's good, dog?
What's happening? What's happening? Back, man. Like it feels like I'm home. You know what I mean?
Dude, you said, hey, you said we got your covers and shit, and you pull out cot in the closet, bro. You always welcome.
I'm here, man. Look, I'm ready to put my feet up and chop it up. You know what I mean?
Don't put your feet up, man. That'll piss off the missus.
Oh, this is my house. Okay,
House, yeah.
I can do what the guy want to do in here. You know what I mean?
My girl don't mind nothing.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Now, I want to start off by you said like because both of y'all using when we did interviews, I got to trying out different things, especially like when it came to the thumbnails. You said like when I did the thumbnail for you, Wade, how did you like the thumbnail?
Yo, I liked it a lot. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was really it captured my attention. That was the main thing. You used a great picture of me, by the way. So if you need a picture, I'll make sure I send you one. I was looking great. You know what I mean? Had the phone out. I think I was wearing the same hat in there too, actually. But yeah, man, definitely. Whoever's doing the artwork, that was you.
Yep.
My guy, you want it. I thought it was great.
That's cool, dog. It's cool.
You say because I know that I have the cartoon character, and then I saw you had the cartoon picture. I was like, okay, I'm gonna make this. You said you make this do with this dude, and then you said now, of course, the wheels are spinning in my head right now because I got to come up with something to top both of those. You know what I'm saying for the thumbnail for this one. Trust and believe it's gonna be fire.
Say less. I already know.
I believe it.
Okay, now we're gonna start off the interview. You saying Rock Dog, legendary God Flow.
Woo.
What you said, who came up with the concept, and how much fun did you have? Matter of fact, how much weed did you smoke while you was in that whole process of shooting?
I smoke all day, every day, dog.
Hey,
all day, every day. That's why I had the shades on, cause I was looking real cheeky. Plus, all the Hennessy was flowing too, dog. So I was lit to the motherfucker.
Hey, bro couldn't move, man. He couldn't move. I tried to put the Wave Runner chain on him. He almost fell over.
No, get the fuck out. No. I was sweating at that point.
Hey, it was hot in that motherfucker, though.
That shit was steaming.
It was hot.
Where was y'all at? And you said how long did it take?
Shout out to Signal Flow Studios and Jake Jekyll down there by the Steel Yard. And I had Henny Honky booked for like 2 hours.
Okay, that's dope. Now Wade,
yes sir.
You had just dropped the project, dropped the merch line, which you said I did cop me an article. You said I will be copying more.
Hey, shout out to my guy Dub here, okay? Because I tell you what, out of everybody who say they support, my guy really supports here because my guy makes that purchase. I appreciate you, man, and I really appreciate you. Matter of fact, when I finally do my runway show, you walking the runway in that joint.
Dope. That is awesome.
Walking the runway in that joint.
You said, so like, what inspired you saying this new line?
Nostalgia. Like everything from, think about it, Doug, you and I, especially Rock is probably he's a couple years younger than us. We grew up in the golden era. I mean, we had the best everything. We had the best wrestlers. We had the best athletes. We had the best fashion. We had the best TV shows, movies. You and I have talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
The nostalgia. The 90s was like, I think, the peak of civilization. Mm-hmm. So for Wave Runner Surf Club, we ride in the nostalgia wave. It's all about nostalgia. I wanna invoke those good feelings. Remember going back and you remember watching, we still get mad when we see the Montreal Screwjob with Bret Hart, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, every time.
Too. You know what I mean? Like that resonated with us. So pure nostalgia. That I got more coming, but definitely just it's totally nostalgia based.
Right, right.
If you can't
Yeah.
tell, we big on that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like we
Go ahead,
mentioned in
man.
our first interview, Rock. You know what I'm saying? Looking at you say your back wall, you all about nostalgia. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. And I didn't necessarily grow up in that era, but I was always privileged enough to have people introduce me to things that were already past my time throughout my whole life. You know what I mean?
Mhm. You say, okay, well, let me ask you this question then. You say, like, for the simple fact that you didn't necessarily grow up in it, so to have the nostalgia that me and Wave have, you saying, so like, what is it like being a student of the game and being taught? You saying, you said, what's the stuff that predates you? You know what I'm saying? Because like, it's cool, like when you grow up in it, but then you said for somebody to take the time out to teach you about you said what predates you. You said, what was that experience like?
Um, I felt like I was in it, even though it was already past my time.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a little different. You know what I mean? I was always different, like an outcast, too unorthodox and unique. My taste was, whatever. Because in high school, I was listening to shit from, when I was 3 years old, while everybody else was listening to Lil Wayne and, whatever was big at that time. So, you know, but I
Whoever
formulated it
taught
into
him well,
this.
Mm-hmm.
whoever taught him well, because his music choice definitely transcends into what he creates and what he's able to create lyrically. There's nobody really fucking with Rock besides me.
Right, right, right.
It
Okay.
is.
Okay. I saw something on social media, and I'm gonna ask you first, Wave. And it's a argument. It's a stupid fucking argument, but but I'm gonna humor you guys. So somebody, I don't know if he was doing it just for clicks or whatever, and not taking nothing away from either artist, but this motherfucker said that T.I., who I love as an artist, would wash Lil Wayne in a verses.
Nah.
So let me. I'm about to play the role. I'm gonna give you my personal opinion. I think that I would prefer T.I.'s music over Wayne's, because for me, Wayne to me is one of the most frustrating artists. Wayne he's done things to where, this dude made Jay-Z question himself. The GOAT was questioning himself
Mm.
after hearing Wayne on Show Me What You Got, right? And then he drops he just dropped the Fix Before the Six or whatever it was called. I ran through it one time and never went back to it, because it's Wayne is inconsistent. I mean, how can you go from, you have a song that has no substance whatsoever? You go from being big blood to eating pussy to you know what I'm saying? Like that line that Eminem went crazy over, that bag full of O's like Funyuns, was one of the wackest fucking lines. And to me, that's the cheese moving silence like lasagna. I
Mm.
think it's a whack line. Don't get me wrong, Wayne has some fire.
Mhm.
Better wear a latex before you get that latex. I swear I'm latex, or whatever it said. You know what I mean? That shit was fire. You know what I mean? But I think in a versus, because versus is a popularity contest,
Mm.
Wayne would win by consensus. But for me personally, I would have T.I. winning.
Mm.
And that's not saying a lot, because even with T.I., I think T.I., after trap music, I kind of stopped listening to him, besides a couple songs here and there, to be real.
Mm.
Like, last one that I really, really fucked with was Swagger Like Us.
Okay.
And actually, he could have been left off the song. You know what I mean? You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But he does have some stuff. Like Rubber Band Man, still my joint.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think the whole versus thing it's convoluted. It's a popularity contest. I think that the Locks and Dipset showed what it really can be. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Culture. But I think a lot of artists, especially nowadays, because there's a lot of pussies in the industry, would duck that kind of smoke. You
Right.
know what I mean? They don't want to be Jadakiss. And Jadakiss just. So
Bodied
I
it.
have my opinion on it. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
I'm not really a Tip fan or Wayne fan.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
How you feel about Iraq? Talk to us.
Uh, I mean, kind of what you said, Doug. Really, you know what I mean.
Guys, though, 'cause he don't
Um,
want either.
and when it comes down to it, like I respect Wayne and Ti as artists because they both had they moments personally in my listening to music and whatnot. But
Absolutely.
they're not necessarily. I probably haven't listened to Lil Wayne or Ti in years, so it's not something I turn on.
Okay.
Like with Wayne, I swear he'll have 21 songs on his album. I like 2.
I'm
And
listening to shit that's like under the radar.
Mm.
I
Okay.
listen to the songs. T.I. got a couple joints too that I still go back and listen to. Like they
ASAP.
like what you know about that. What you know? Oh man, that right there. I would love to bring that DJ Toom sound back.
Oh yeah. So you're saying Toom's a legend in the game, definitely.
One of the best producers that ever touched a studio. So yeah, I would definitely love to bring that sound back.
It was crazy. You saying what brought Toom out was Toom not only made beats, but he was a barber, and he just would feed Ti beats. And once Ti blew, he brought Toom with him. So I thought that was pretty dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what Rock's gonna bring me with him when he blows. You know what I mean?
You
Pause.
know it.
Oh yeah. Oh y'all let me play with that. No.
Come on, dog. God damn, y'all can't.
Oh.
Hey, Dub was on it. Dub was on it. He set you up for that one, gang.
Damn.
No, I didn't set him up for nothing. He went on that. He went down that road by himself, sir. No.
About my
All
long.
right, all right.
I
Come on. Come on, yo.
Now, when you said stand with verses real quick, you say now they keep speculating it. We don't know if it's gonna happen. They say it's gonna happen. They keep pushing it back. This Diddy versus JD. Who do y'all got and why?
Well, I'll tell you. For me, we got to remember. See, JD had his hand. Like, okay, so Puff can't play a musical instrument to save his life.
Mm-hmm.
Puff tells people what to do, right? Then JD though will sit there and he'll make the beats. You see what I'm saying? So like they're two different kind of producers, in my opinion. You know what I mean? So that for me, if I'm watching it, I'm already leaning towards JD because JD Gates. You know what I mean? As much as both of them have had their hand in some of the biggest songs in hip hop history. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
JD, everything from Crisscross, and I think he produced for Escape, and on up. He did some stuff with American Gangster for Jay.
Mm-hmm.
Jagged Edge. I mean, he had a chokehold in the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Diddy, I personally, if I really had to say, Diddy can bob and weave for a little bit, but I think JD winning that.
Okay.
My
Right.
opinion.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of true what he said. Diddy's more of an orchestrator.
Yeah.
Songs. You know what I mean? Like he's able to formulate a group of sound makers and producers that give him a sound, and you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it is also a popularity contest. A lot of people won't take that into consideration. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Diddy will probably end up coming on top because it's Diddy. Pause.
Hey, he did say Diddy's kind of an orchestrator. We can ask dude who just got locked up in Vegas if Diddy's an orchestrator or not.
Boom. Boom.
Ain't shit.
But like to your point, there's nothing wrong with producing a song that way. There's been times where I've been in a room with other people and I say, no, it's missing something. You know what I mean? And, I'll be like, here, add a synth to it or do this. And, they'll do that and it just changes the whole landscape of the song. So there's nothing wrong with that. But with JD, like JD just, for me personally, one of the he's got his hand in so many hit records that he doesn't even like. He's not out there dancing in the videos, getting the credit for it. You know what I mean? That's no shot at Puff, but you know, he's been way more behind the scenes for years. And let's not forget he had Mr. 106 and Park underneath him. Let's not pretend like Bow Wow wasn't out here moving units. Yeah. You know what I mean? We clown him now, but he had a chokehold on 106 and Park for how many years? Like, I mean, that right there. I mean, is there anything in Diddy's catalog that he helped produce that would really touch that? Like Bow Wow's run? You know what I mean? Like, I Need a Girl. It's a hot joint. You know what I mean? He had he had Biggie. You know, back. I mean, he had slaps, but Bow Wow was a different breed. You know what I mean? We can't forget what they did. You know, the Brat. Oh man, he had some shit. Remember, the Brat had the mid '90s on a chokehold. I still listen to Funk the Five.
Me too. I'm not even gonna cap to you.
It was hard as hell, man. Like there was, yeah, man. I don't know, man. How many times has Jagged Edge played at weddings?
All the time. I think that is like the national wedding song now.
You know what I mean? Like that. And then
didn't one of their members just get into trouble for some shit?
I think for a DV situation. I think.
That's it.
I'm not gonna sound politically correct right now, but sometimes these hoes deserve a good DV.
Oh yeah, I couldn't even remember what it was that I saw. I saw something. I didn't even remember what it was, but you know, hopefully that's not the case.
I'm gonna put it like this: the only DV that I'm giving out, and I'm digging in the vagina. Boom, boom. There we go.
I like that. Yeah.
Now, you mentioned earlier you asked Buddy in Las Vegas. You said now Keefy D. He's done a shit ton of Vlad TV interviews and been talking for years. Now you're saying he hasn't gone to trial yet, so we're gonna say allegedly. You said was the one who pulled the trigger. Now you said with all of us basically knowing this guy's name for all of these fucking years and watched these interviews and heard everything he had to say. How did it hit you when they mentioned they arrested Keefy D for this?
You know what? I'll tell you what. Clout's a hell of a drug, man, and we're seeing it firsthand. Like this is the internet era. You know what I'm saying? Like the internet era is ruining our society, and especially what we like. Rock, we talk about how we grew up, or like you were introduced to an era where the standards were different. You know what I mean? Dub, you and I grew up in that era. So Rock, by proxy, you live by that standard as well, right? So like we have the standard that, you know what I mean, we move with intent. We you know, have some kind of moral code. We live in dangerous times right now where, you know, like I said, these people are out for clout. Like, first of all, Pac was so beloved. Why the fuck would you want to take credit for taking out somebody that strangers love? You know what I'm saying? Like that's clout chasing to me, you know. Now I know that he had signed some kind of agreement. It was not a plea agreement. He signed some agreement with the police at some point to where he was freely able to talk about the stuff without or with immunity, right? So for a while he went on a tour and he tried to make his money off of it, whatever. But I guess in the Vlad interview, which Vlad strikes again, the biggest culture vaulter in the game, you know, who he's an investigative reporter and you know emphasis on the investigative part. You know what I mean? Like, dude, he's a fucking rat. You know what I mean? Like, it just ain't no other way around it. Like he rat energy in his interviews, tell on themselves. So, make a long story short, man. You know what? Like, I wasn't surprised. They're gonna get him on the whole. You was in the car. You was implicated in it. You know, you were there. You had intent. You know what I mean? And intent in a lot of states is good enough. It's just as bad as pulling the trigger. So he may sit for it. Again, man, we just in this era where people are cool with snitching on themselves and they want clout. You know, there's no statute of limitations for murder.
Yeah.
You know, I could talk about selling dope all day, but there's a statute of limitations.
Mm-hmm.
They can't press for something I did 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they also can't lock you up for nothing that you may or may not did and said that you did or did not.
well, yeah, of course. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Like, motherfuckers really just out here. Like, if that's the case, Keefy D was saying that shit because you was an old ass dude that was gang banging all your life and never made it nowhere special or too pivotal, you know, as an icon like Pac did. So you want to motherfucking say that you had parts in murdering, whether you did or did not. I guess you did, but you want to sit there and admit that and talk about it, thinking that you was free from, you know, free from the law and free from judgment.
Mm.
But yeah, people kill over clout, kill for clout. There's kids doing it in the street right now.
I mean, there's big facts using it because, like, just like with the guys that jumped Takashi at the gym for clout, y'all asses going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Just like even with it's like we looking at your Keefy D. Okay, you get sentenced and you're gonna do some time. It's like you at this point, you know what Eric Holder is going through in there. He's like, are you really ready for that, my guy? You get what I'm saying?
Hey, everybody gets their just desserts at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Everybody gets their just desserts, bro.
But it's definitely karma. It's like it's certain things. Like I said, when you look at it like that, it's just like because you've been around gangs, you've been around, you've seen affiliations and things like that. You sent for all the years and everything like that. It's just like it's just funny to me. Because, like I said, we know that there's a street code and you got to do X, Y, and Z, you know, and this, that, and the fucking third. But it's just to me, it's insane.
My bad, y'all. Somebody tried to call me and it just kicked me out, and I couldn't hear nothing or say nothing or nothing.
Ring a ding a ding a ding a ring a ding a ding a ding.
My bad, y'all. My bad. I should have did it on the laptop, but I just, you know.
You good,
That's
bro?
what I do and shit. See, dog, fucking around with the phone, dog.
Man.
Your phone got a good camera though.
Yeah.
It's good quality, gang.
I should have a light, you know, shining bright on me like Dub over there glowing right now. Pause.
I got two ring lights. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying?
I kind of need that same thing. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. Now we had mentioned, like I said, you said acting a fool for clout.
Yeah.
You said, did you guys just hear the story about the I guess the viral prankster that got shot in the mall? And he's now claiming self-defense. Do you disagree with that argument?
Wait a minute. Which one?
The one that
shot them idiots. Oh wait, the guy that shot the viral prankster admitted to.
Well, he's claiming self-defense.
All right, so I saw the video, right? My bad, y'all. I'm sending a quick text. Business never stops. You know what I mean? So I saw the video, and the video, if you want to argue self-defense, do I feel like he was in imminent danger? Hell no. The dude was just aggravating the fuck out of him. Like, if we get away with shooting people that aggravate the fuck out of them, I mean, every single day I'm in my car talking about, man, I wish we could just shoot the back window of cars because they fucking assholes. People can't drive in this state. You know what I mean? I just want to blow their fucking windows out. I ain't trying to kill nobody or hurt nobody. But we at a point now where that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't in imminent danger. He kept putting the phone in his face or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, I didn't see the cell. So I guess he got acquitted of the big charge. They did buy the whole self-defense thing. but he got convicted on firing off a weapon inside of a crowded area, whatever, and some lesser charges. I don't know if he'll see jail time, but me, it was just like really weird, man. Like, again, man, we in weird times, man. Like the life is weird now. It's not like what we grew up on, you know, which makes it even more important about the nostalgia.
Yeah,
because this shit's weird, man.
This shit is weird, bruh. I keep seeing them videos. A bunch of them idiots just running up on random motherfuckers that don't look like they willing to talk about nothing, bruh. Like that motherfucker look like he about to chop your head off.
And that's
you wanna run around fucking around, you gonna end up finding out. It looks like homie found out.
Look, he got a hole.
He got shot in your shit.
He might be shitting in a bag for the rest of his life. I don't know what hit him in the stomach, but he got him in the stomach.
And that's the other thing. Motherfuckers want to start shooting all the damn time. You could have just smacked the phone out of dude's hand or smack, like, you know what I mean? Like, smack the phone and bitch smack him. You know what I mean? Like,
okay, well, let's think about it from this aspect. Okay, you're by yourself in the mall. It's two guys. Okay, yeah, I smacked this phone, but now I got to fight both of these motherfuckers.
I mean, in that case, it depends because, like, if you watch the video, the guy that was recording or whatever, he actually there was three because there was one holding the phone recording, another one with the phone, and a guy next to him. So there was three. So to your point, Dub, that's three guys. I think that if I was in that situation, I would have smacked them, and then if his boys want to run up, that's when you start shooting kneecaps. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I've been in situations like that before. Where you know, there's a crowd, you know, and you know, I've luckily been able to kind of diffuse it without it getting physical or things like that. I mean, but I get it. You know, I was selling some shoes a couple of years ago, and I went out to North Olmsted, Great Northern Mall, to meet this guy to sell shoes, and he brought his boys with him. Man, I pulled the pistol on them so quick. One dude pissed his pants for real. But I pulled the pistol because I'm like, yo, I don't know y'all. Like, you ain't about to get me.
Right.
You know? But that, I don't know, man. I think to your point, Rock, I think that people are so quick to pull a gun now. Like, no one throws the fist anymore. You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of people could use a good ass whooping. There's no way around that one. I'm talking about a Baltimore Ravens to the Cleveland Browns ass whooping. You know what I mean? That they got today. That I'm still about. You know what I mean? Like, for real.
I'm hot about the Falcons, bro. I'm not happy.
Not a good day for us today, bro.
Nope. Now, you said sticking with online type stuff. What is the goofiest shit that you have seen? Whether it's a challenge, whether it's a video that's done happen since we entered in this online sphere.
That crate challenge was pretty fucking dumb.
That shit was fun.
Hey, dog, motherfuckers was breaking all types of shit on the way down, dog. I'm talking about spleens and kidneys and fucking livers and motherfuckers just how you go run up, dog? That's a lot of sharp plastic edges, and you just cracking shit
right
all the way down. Steve-O said that shit was a bad idea. If Steve-O said it's a bad idea, that was probably pretty fucking dumb.
And talk your shit because Steve-O ain't afraid of nothing. I remember the nipples bit by a baby alligator. Like
all that shit. Yeah.
Step up an 8-ball and lets people kick him in the nuts for no reason. Like, dude was crazy. And he's telling
he sat on a porcupine.
Oh, yeah. That. But yeah, bro, yeah, I would have to say that's up there. I'd have to say, man, there's a lot because right now, especially with the emergence of TikTok, you've got a lot of men showing feminine ways. It's not even necessarily a challenge even. It's just that they're doing these videos and there's a lot of, and don't get me wrong, hey man, you know, I'm in touch with my feminine side, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm shit, you know what I mean? But damn, some of these dudes out here really pulling their skirts up a little bit. It's a little weird out here, man.
Right.
I would
in every which way direction, dog. This shit like a Dr. Seuss book at this point.
Man. Like I was sitting there, I saw a meme and I screenshotted it off Instagram because it was fucking hilarious. It said, men out here they wearing tight jeans and purses and calling it drip. He's like, what the fuck is you dripping? Pussy juice? And I thought it was the funny shit.
Booty juice. Don't cancel me. Don't cancel me.
Hey, but ain't that something though? Do you think about the way our society's going now? The dudes acting like bitches and the bitches acting like dudes, and it's just like the roles have reversed now, and it's just, you know what I mean? Like I held the door open for somebody at the gas station one time. She said, "Thanks, bruh." Like it was that shit chest too, and I'm sitting there like, post up with this bitch. Like she was she was talking to me like her dick was bigger than mine. I like that shit. You know what I mean? Like that was some weirdo shit. But that's what
Right. I've had a situation like that. Because I grew up in the South, so we go to the Southern hospitality thing. We hold doors for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Please, thank you. You saying like stuff like that. It was two chicks. You saying, and I just happened. They happened to be behind me, so I held the door for them. Hey, dog, don't hold the door for my bitch. Are you joking? Like what?
Ignorant.
I can't even cap to you, bro. I looked at this bitch like she asked me the square root or something. I swear to God.
Yo, that's what I'm saying, man. Like
that's madness,
bro. I really don't. I don't get it. It could, but is the internet responsible for that? That's the question. You know what I mean?
I don't know, bro.
Okay, but I do got another question because we were talking about the crate challenge. Now, if I was doing said crate challenge and some asshole came and kicked the middle of the crates, can I shoot him?
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Shoot the fuck out that motherfucker right in his ass, dog. Fucking
you know what?
He's over on me.
That's though.
Especially if you gonna run. If you gonna run afterwards, I'm gonna have to shoot you because you ain't stopping for the ass whooping. So I'm gonna have to stop you somehow. Bow in the ass.
Well, okay, to Wave's point earlier, you know what I'm saying? Because let's say I'm doing good. I done got to the top and I'm on my descent. And now you kick the crate. Now my life is in imminent danger.
I mean, I guess I'm open for talking with the jury about that shit. I guess I don't know. That's I mean, yeah. Hey, Your Honor, I could have fell and broke my neck and been done for. I could have been Christopher Reeves out here having to blow into something to move my wheelchair. Oh. You know what I mean? Pause. I got you.
Oh, man.
But you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I see your point. I don't know if the law gonna, you know. I mean, I would definitely find a way to do something to that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Something.
Right.
I'm gonna pay him back for sure.
Right. Okay. You're saying like that. You said you're not even allowed to put those videos up online anymore without them being automatically taken down. But you said it like
I got hit with a crate once.
God damn! What'd you do?
I was in a fight with a dude.
My bad, dog. Here I go victim blaming. My bad.
He wanted to fight me, so we got it on. Pause.
Oh,
hey, I said pause, motherfucker. You can't say shit. Now listen.
Yeah, we got it on.
Whooping dude's ass, and then I was trying to like walk off and like stop whooping his ass. You know what I mean? And I walked up. I was like in the complex I was living at. I walked up and walked around the corner, and I'm standing at my dude's front door. And then I turn around, and homie came with a fucking milk crate, dog. It straight busted me in my fucking chest. Hey, I got so bad, I punched this motherfucker with a right, and his ass flew into the brick wall. And like in slow motion, this motherfucker head hit the brick wall, and then it like a grape, and like shit started spraying out like that way. And then he slid down that motherfucker into the fence, like ding. And then they said I blacked out and threw one of the kids' bikes on top of the motherfucker.
Yeah, damn.
Damn, bro, you need to go see a therapist.
But yeah, because the chain of the bike dug into my thumb and shit. So I had a big ass gash in my thumb from grabbing the shit. And then the fucking crate left a whole big ass fucking yellow purple bruise across my shoulder and my chest.
So, so you trying to tell me you had a checkerboard on the side of you for like a week? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah, and then 5 minutes after that, I went back to my part of the building and ended up knocking the motherfucker out in the front yard. Another motherfucker from a totally different situation.
Bro, you need therapy.
It's all right, dog. I'm all right now.
You talk to somebody, man.
Hey, look.
Here we go. You know what I'm saying? Me, Dub, and you said, wait, we're gonna give you a thug hug. There you go.
Yeah, you need that, bro. You gotta let go. You gotta let that hate out your heart.
No, it's not hate, dude. I think dude passed away recently. I ain't got no hate in my heart. I was just telling the story. How did that all start anyway?
You know what? That shit's crazy because I'll tell you what. I had
my bad, Dub.
Oh, you good.
Right, bad man. But there was this dude that me and a couple other dudes had jumped back in like 2003. I mean, I was fucking up because I hated this kid. Not like hate like that, but he was a bitch, you know, and he stole all the time and all that. So I had the Timbs on, you know what I'm saying? Ruptured his spleen, fucked him up. One dude got married like a month ago, 2 months ago, or something like that, and I seen him, and I'm like, damn, bro, like you still look like a bitch, but you know what I mean? Like, but we get fucked him up, man. That's
this is all bad, dog. How did that whole conversation start anyway?
He was talking about the crates.
Crates. Yeah. My bad, Joe.
Oh, you good. You were saying like, okay. You saying we're gonna get back into music in a second because you know what I'm saying this is what we here for. We here to talk about the music.
That's what it is.
You know what I was gonna ask
you.
You said we're all stand-up gentlemen. You saying and you said protect our own, protect children and things like that. You said I saw something recently. Like I said, this is gonna be the last thing we're gonna get back to the music. But there was a lady in California. You said big wildebeest looking woman just dog walked a 13-year-old little girl in the middle of a McDonald's, said, I fight kids, and beat the shit out of this 13-year-old girl who actually got out of school. You said after school got out, went to the McDonald's with her friends. This random crazy lady walks up and says, I fight kids, picks the first kid and beats the dog shit out of this 13-year-old girl. And not one adult, not one child, not nobody helped this little girl. Not her friends, nobody. Everybody just pulled out their phone. Which
so
I thought
the 13-year-old girl didn't do shit to get her ass whooped.
No.
Oh, then somebody's like that.
Oh, bruh. Somebody fucking put that fat bitch down.
Well, you said after
Swear to God, bruh, I'll punch a fucking rhino.
Exactly.
How the hell you running over the goddamn kids, bruh?
Yeah, you do. I swear with in a minute. You said, fuck it.
I wish somebody would think they about to put their hands on my 13-year-old, bruh.
You know, that's a big fear of mine because, like, my daughter, my oldest daughter, she got a mouth on her. So I know somebody's going to test her, but you know what I'm saying? Because she got a mouth. And I'm like, that's my baby, though. You know what I mean? Like, but you know what I'm saying? So if it was some shit like that, I could almost understand a little bit. But the same token, like I said, bro, we've gotten so far away from our moral compasses. You know what I mean? Like, we used to protect kids and protect women, and we used to, you know, be gentlemen, and women were actually feminine, and you know, all these things have changed now. And again, that's our culture. Pull out the phones and start recording, and then see how many clicks we can get, how many likes we can get. You know what I mean? And it's a sick way to live, man. Like, somebody should have definitely stepped in and helped that girl. Like,
that shit ain't right.
Where was the dude that was at the mall who shot the YouTuber in the stomach? Mm-hmm. He would have shot that bitch.
Well, to see, here's the fucked up thing. You said, of course, I'm gonna send you the story after we get off here because you said it's some bullshit. But after you said the 13-year-old girl's getting beat up for like 5 minutes, the woman's husband comes over and pulls her off of this little girl.
Oh, he
watched too. Yeah, he watched too.
Oh, he a bitch too.
Fucking dirtbags, bro.
Yeah, he a bitch too. There ain't no other way to put that. Like, we gotta do, like, as men, you know, I know the three of us understand. We gotta protect these children. We gotta protect the women. We have to do a better job as men in the world. We just have to do better.
Big facts. Now, getting back to the music. You said I'm gonna ask you first, Rock. You said like, what's the? You said you got any more videos coming up? You said like, what's the next one you getting ideas for visuals for?
I'm gonna do 2 more videos off of this project. I'm not gonna say what they are.
Okay.
I'm
I
just
know
going,
what they are though.
he knows what they are.
And one of
Right.
them is my favorite joint on that whole album, because that album was a fucking slap.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, there'll be another project out in the next 5 to 6 months or so.
Okay.
I'm actually working on beats now for it.
All right. And Wave.
Yes, indeed. Yes, sir.
Yes, Sirski. I'm seeing your early visuals. What was the concept? You sent me like, and how much fun was you having? Because you said you know when you do a visual, you said you always come. You saying with the swag. You saying with the real drip. You said not like these niggas now. You saying boom. You said with the real.
For people that don't know, like the one thing that people know about me when it comes to musical influences that I have, the Clips, Pusha T, and Mouse were very big influences in my taste of music. Back going through their label, they put out a mixtapes. We grew up on We Got It for Cheap, and man, I made that song because I remember this one time I was in the old house, doing some things, you know what I mean? And we were listening to We Got It for Cheap. And I happened to think about it when I looked over on my desk and I had my old pager, my old beeper. You know what I mean? So like I ended up going back to that time kind of in a way and created that song just as like a homage to Push and Malice. And when we did the video, man, I was looking for something that if you think about it, that golden era of hip hop is much like where we shot that video. It's kind of abandoned in a way, and people go visit it. You got artists like Benny and Conway and 38 Special, RJ Payne, Mick Diamonds, right? People that do go back to that, but nobody's taking care of it anymore. So it seems like it's kind of just falling apart, right? You know what I mean? That's kind of what it's doing. So it was kind of like that was the whole idea behind it. And of course, I had the ice cream on the video, the jeans, the shoes, the shirt, because that was what we was wearing, man. Like it was a time, man. It was a time to be alive, man. And I wanted to bring it back. Phil from over at the Phil that hit me up about 30 times about that damn song. He like, I'm going back to the scales, man.
Because hip hop has been so prevalent. Of course, once again, we're in 50 years of hip hop, and it's like I wanted to get y'all's take on it because you saying like even though we look at certain people like a Melly Mel as you said a pioneer. You saying like I think everybody, whether you're a diehard, you saying from the beginning type of hip hop head, or you saying you're a new generation mumble rap, or you said or whatever this era is. I think everybody collectively had a what the fuck were you thinking dissing Eminem? Now, I'm just gonna say this because I grew up. You said my pops is from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up with all this shit. Bruh, when I heard that shit, I was like, oh my God. And I've asked this question before. Now, as an engineer, how in the fuck do you sit there and say, yeah, bro, that was it?
I mean, was his engineer the same age as him? You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like maybe he was recording with the dude who was recording him back in the 80s, like it had to have been that. Like, look, I'll say this. The people put M on a pedestal. You know what I mean? And I truthfully don't think that. I think he's. I'm not going to deny his talent, his run that he had. Like for me, I love the Marshall Mathers LP. I love the Eminem show, and I love. That's pretty much what I loved. You know what I mean? But I really think that outside of those two records, I think people put him on this pedestal, and I think I can think of 10 other rappers that can go toe to toe with M right now. You know what I'm saying? 10 to 20, maybe even 30 that I would consider, like, you know what I'm saying, that could go toe to toe with M. But Melly Mel, on the other hand, had no business stepping in the ring with M.
I could even say it like that. Like and that's definitely not me putting M on a pedestal. You know what I'm saying? It's like on some real shit. You said Melly Mel could have had that same flow against a Bow Wow, and I'd have been like, nigga, what the fuck are you doing?
I mean, the time, what Mel did was, like, Mel helped propel where it was going. I think it didn't really start changing until like Rakim and Cool G rap, where it became more of what it is in the 90s. And then, like, you know, everybody from the 90s took that same flow, and then it started changing as it became less regional. You know what I mean? And now everything sounds like Atlanta. You know what I mean?
Which is not a bad thing.
No, it's not. You know what? It's not a bad thing, but because I appreciate everything Atlanta brought to the game. You know what I mean? Like, what would we do without 808s, man? I love a good 808. Like, can't nobody tell me nothing about that. I would say that Mel, on the other hand, had no business going at anybody. But he's had a disdain for Eminem for years. And, you know, a lot of people still feel a certain kind of way about M because M's commercial success.
Right.
And attributed to him being white for why he has so, which probably played a huge role in it without question. But then again, did it because you got other artists that are white that aren't going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like me.
Knock it off.
Let's be real. Like, I'm white. How come I'm not blowing up? I don't know if it's necessarily just the white thing. I mean, I'm sure it played a role in it, but I don't think it had everything to do with it. But I'm sure it played a role in it. But Mel's had this. He's much like Lord Jamar. Just had this disdain and this hate for M for years. You know, so I listened to it though. I got a good laugh. I was high as shit when I was listening to it too, so I was cracking up, man.
Go ahead.
I listened to this about what? I was like, fuck. Oh, nah.
That's how we had a battle rap. Like, I'm talking about, like, one that was actually, like, really, really good. Like, you can't count what the Chicago rappers are doing when they talk about killing their ops and shit. You can't talk about that. I'm talking about, like, a real good, like, somebody actually dissed somebody. That shit was like, ooh, what, pushing Drake?
Jada and 50.
Now, I'll say pushing Drake because that was 20. That's still going on to this day. But, like, because that was actually a pretty decent battle.
Are we talking about the diss tracks or talking about the beef as a whole?
No, diss tracks. We talk about diss tracks. Like the last good one, the one that we all was like, oh, when put the Story of Adonis.
Yeah.
Story of Adonis was mean.
You said what?
I said Story of Adonis was mean, dude. Well thought out. Just
It was going against the Golden Boy. You know, Drake can't lose for some reason.
I don't know, man. He's taking some L's out here.
I think he should take some L's, but again, we're in a different culture now. The game has changed. You know what I mean? Drake wouldn't have survived in the 99s and 2000s. He would have just been in the R&B category.
Yeah.
I mean, he wouldn't be doing what he's doing now, playing all this mafioso shit.
I mean, that's true. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you saying we just got announced that Usher is doing Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
You say, like, a lot of people, certain people say that you're saying that we feel away because we feel maybe the NFL doesn't support, especially black causes like that, or if they do it, it's just as a, and like, what the government does instead of fixing systemic inequalities in impoverished neighborhoods. They'll put Black Lives Matter on the street, which does nothing for nobody.
Right.
You see, like, but then for Jay-Z to sign on to with the NFL and to I guess back to back bring such amazing acts to the forefront. You see, like I said, you come swinging out the gate with Dr. Dre, Eminem, Snoop, Kendrick Lamar, 50 Cent, Mary J. Blige. The following year, Rihanna. You say, and now you can bring in Usher into the into the mix. It's like, what do you think that does for the culture? Because like I said, even though it's predominantly Black, but you have somebody like Jay-Z to bring such superstars into certain people's homes that may have never even got a chance to partake in our culture. Because you said, like, I know you mentioned about Vlad being a culture vulture, but you said, like, and y'all are definitely not that. I think if you embrace a culture, as long as you're not exploiting it, you're part of the family.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So how big is that for the culture to bring in Usher, the Dr. Dre's, and the Rihanna's, and things like that into mainstream America like that?
Business.
Yeah.
Business. How much money? At the end of the day, when Jay-Z shook hands with Roger Goodell, we all know Jay for what Jay is. Jay's a businessman. Jay don't give a fuck about nothing else. Jay does care about, like, we know that he has done certain things behind the scenes that go unspoken of. That people don't speak on. He does amazing things for the Black and brown communities, right? It doesn't get out there like that. That once in a while they might put a headline out there, but it's gone like that, right? All this is a business move. It's to generate money. I think there's a lot of the people that were pissed when Kaepernick was kneeling during the anthem. They're gonna turn off the halftime show. They're gonna be like, I don't want that shit on my TV. You know what I mean? Type shit. So I think that, and what's crazy is divided as this country is, go anywhere in America, there is definitely not just hints, but like an excess of Black culture. Black culture, what Black people have contributed to this world has been nothing short of amazing, right?
And Black people created the world. Everything came from ancient Egypt and the Moors. There's nothing new under the sun.
Talk his shit. Don't get him going.
Don't get me going, though.
Yeah. At the end of the day, man, like, as much as those white folks like to act like they hate seeing, Usher dance around on stage, when a song plays at a wedding reception, well, drunk grandpa's dancing with no rhythm. You know what I'm saying?
You seen the old white lady with the horn doing the Missy Elliott?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that shit was funny as hell.
I'll take my daughter. So let's let her in real quick.
Okay.
Right back.
Yeah. Now.
Oh, never mind. She got it.
Okay. Cool. Good shit. Now. Okay. I saw this too, and I put it on my social media. I thought it was kind of funny. I guess Memphis Bleak was on Drink Champs, and I guess him and Nick Cannon had the same manager at one point in time.
I saw that.
And they said that Memphis Bleak was supposed to play Nick Cannon's part in Drumline.
Yeah.
But he turned it down. Now, me for one, I saw State Property. I'm glad he turned it down because Memphis Bleak, that ain't you.
That's the first thing I thought about when he hit the dude in the mouth when he came around the corner, and then he lit him up, and he was like, "That's not Drumline material, man."
No. And it was just funny because it was also saying that because at the time, the manager was trying to get Memphis Bleak to do movies, and Nick Cannon wanted to focus on his music career. Now, I just want to give kudos to whoever that manager was that told Nick Cannon, "Do what you're doing, bro," because. And Nick Cannon, you're a genius, but that ain't you, bro. You said Gigolo is the only song I know by Nick Cannon. That's it.
I would say Gigolo was a slapper, man.
It was.
I don't know any Nick Cannon songs.
Gigolo, go listen to Gigolo.
And I'm not used to, like, I'm not like, would it come back to Eminem for a second? Was it what the hell was it? The one with with Charlie Clips, Conceited, and I can't remember the name of the fucking song. That shit was hard until Nick Cannon got on it.
Well, yeah, man. Come on. There's only one person that went that actually went in the ring with M and kind of walked away higher up than what he was, even though it's not even necessarily that he won the battle. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
MGK, man. I'm not a fan. Okay, I'm just not. But like when he went in there and he did the rap devil, like hard, and he was actually saying stuff. Now he's the only one that didn't get like his career ruined by him. You know what I mean?
that's true.
He did.
I can't think of anybody.
He's still moving units.
Stuff, you know, and
he ain't moving hip hop units.
I mean, but he's still moving units though. It may not be for the hip hop.
Okay, so we talking about the status of him as a star.
Yeah,
not as a hip hop.
Yeah. Hip hop.
Okay. When is you saying, like, other than on HDTV? When's the last time you saw Vanilla Ice? Other than using, like, when's the last time you saw ICP? When's the last time you saw Benzino?
I mean, that motherfucker, ICP. I just seen a damn interview with ICP, and Benzino be wherever the fuck he want to be, really.
Yeah, Benzino out here still trying with his.
He be on Vlad TV and shit, all fucking.
With no neck.
Back hurt.
You look like it.
But hey, his daughter though.
Oh yeah.
Well,
now
who?
Go ahead.
Boy, Lorraine.
Oh, that's the one chick.
Yeah, that's his daughter.
Yeah, they was just talking about her on the Warren G was just talking about her song on the Drake Champs.
And bro,
and that hook on that song is like some Nate Dogg shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's fire. Like she's a really cool artist to listen. I listen to her once in a while. She's a female artist that actually like raps about other things besides what her coochie is.
Yeah.
Right. Listen, we only got a little bit of time before we get up out of here. So I just wanted to ask a question because, like, it just popped in my head because I thought about it. You said, okay, a lot of people were mad at Beyonce because Beyonce did not, I guess, promote Haley Bailey's album when it came out, and of course, you know, Haley and Chloe Bailey are signed under Beyonce. You said, do you think it's having somebody signed up under you, Wave? Do you think it's disrespectful for you not to share? You saying your partner's project?
I think I think it totally depends. I think if it's if the person has the tools to move on their own, and the agreement that you have with them goes with that, you know what I mean, then yeah. But to be real with you, if I'm invested with somebody like in their music, like with Rock, he's the first artist that I worked with closely, and I believe in him as an artist and as a man. So it's deeper than just music. I want to see him win. Like really, really want to see him win. So wherever you see me, you're gonna see him. You know what I mean? I'm gonna post, I'm gonna promote just as hard for him as I do for myself, because I believe in his craft and what he's doing. You know what I mean? So I think their claim is valid in a lot of ways, because why waste the energy? Kinda.
It has to be a collaborative effort.
It's got to be a collaborative effort, and like if you're not sharing somebody's stuff, I have almost 4,000 friends on Facebook. I have 5 to 10 people that share my shit on a regular basis. I have 5 to 10 people that believe in me. The rest of them don't. Obviously, that's the way I look at it, right? So if you believe in me, you're gonna do those kind of things. So I think there's a lot written on the wall with that. People can interpret it in a lot of ways, but for me personally, being in the position where I do have an artist that I'm working closely with, where it's more of a collaborative effort. He's not like he's not signed to me. It's more of a collaborative effort.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a realist at work and Wave Runner. He's the same thing with him. You know what I mean? It's more of a collaborative thing. I just want to see him win, so I'm gonna do whatever I can, but in my power, to see that happen. You know what I mean?
And what he gives to me, you know what I mean? I'm gonna take it and flip it
Right.
and quadruple.
And there you go. And then when y'all share it, then I'm gonna share it. Because at the end of the day, because it was like, because at the end of the day, it was like I had an interview earlier with a guy. I shot him out. Shout out Rashid from Keep Fucking Hustling LLC. That's the name of his business. Keep Fucking Hustling. I love that shit. You know what I'm saying? And we was talking about a lot of times, like when you got an idea and you're coming up with shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody else around you. It's like you get support. You get support from complete strangers before your family. You said finally joins on. You said to the vision. Why do both of y'all think you saying like it takes a lot of times it takes family longer to join the vision?
Because your fans are people that aren't around you every single day. So your presence in your music it's just like when we look at our favorite artists. You know what I mean? They're not all the way human. We don't know them in real life. We ain't around them every single day. The people that's around you every day, they like, oh, you want to be an artist and blow up as an artist. And it's, that's nowhere near their comprehension of having faith. You know what I mean?
And
So it's more just of it's show and prove.
Okay.
You got to show and prove.
I think that, and two, I think a lot of family, they look at you in a different light than what people that listen to your music in. Like even to this day, my mom looks at me like she still don't believe that I saw, like, as I talk about selling dope on my records and stuff like that. My mom still to this day is like, I mean, she's had people come to the house looking for me with guns in her face, looking for me. She found my stashes before, and she still to this day doesn't believe that I was doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't see you doing it, type of thing. So when I talk about it in my music, she's like, she doesn't want to support that. You know what I mean? He also too, like, I think that it's a parent's job or a family's job to kind of keep people grounded. And when you're daring to drink, you can't be grounded. You know what I mean? So we look at it in a different light. You know what I mean? We're looking like, you're not supporting the drink.
My mama she told me the other day, she's like, I don't understand exactly what you're saying, because we was watching the video, because she went and watched the video. And so I sat there on the couch and I broke down all the bars slowly to her. You know what I mean?
That's
and
dope.
then she kind of got it.
That's dope though. See, and I'd be breaking down bars. My mom, she just acts so disinterested. You know what I mean? I'd be like, like, come on, man. I'd be saying some stuff. Yeah. I just think too, and then you also have that dynamic where people don't want to see you do better than them. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, there's far more of those people, even if they don't say it. There's far more people that don't want to see you win, because that means then you're doing better than what they're doing. That's just basic human nature for a lot of people, unfortunately. So, and when you're dreaming and you want to do something great, you know what I mean, like be a musician, it takes a lot. People do not understand it.
That's why it's kind of like you got to use reverse psychology. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's why I say I'm humble outside of the music, but in the music, I'm going to talk all the shit, drop all the shit. But outside the music, I'm going to try to be, the most humble dude there is. Like, ain't nothing new under the sun. There's a million motherfuckers before me, and there's going to be a million motherfuckers after me. But I can still do what makes me happy, which also makes people hate, because there's not a lot of people that are happy. So it's not even just about being successful. It's about them seeing you happy and doing your thing, and they'll just hate on that because a lot of people miserable.
I think very strong point. And then too, like, you know, a lot of people look at, especially when it comes to rap for some reason, they look at it like there's so many stipulations on rap music. Like you got to be a certain age to make it. And on top of that, if you're still doing it as just a hobby or whatever, it's like it's not a hobby. Like this is something that I dedicate a lot of my time and effort to. Like this is something that I cultivate every single day. You know what I mean? Like you can't see my vision, then you know you're not. You know that's not support. You know what I mean? And again, like I don't fault a lot of people for it, you know what I mean? But again, when it comes down time to buying people, you know, Phantoms and Rolls and all other Rolls Royces and all this stuff, I'm gonna keep in mind who shared my shit and who didn't.
I know that's right. Now, before we get up out of here, I'm going to end on a positive, light note.
Yeah.
Because I did a men's health summit the other day, and of course I did the women's health summit here on Redline. A couple of weeks ago. And now, well, we're dealing with, you said mental health, and you said like, so a lot of times we don't talk about ourselves. So, when did it happen, and what was you saying the most inspirational message you got from somebody that listens to your music? Like let's say you were having a bad day and you happen to open your DMs and somebody just said something to you and it just turned your day around.
All right. When I released More Life off Wave Runner 2, people, that's when I talked about my cancer battle that I had. You know what I mean? There was a couple people that didn't even know I was going through it, and they had gone through something similar, or had family members that went through it, and they were just touched about how dope that record really was. And that was the moment that I was like, I'm doing something right. You know what I mean? Like I'm doing something right because it was people felt it, you know, and that was a dope moment because I felt like it wasn't just someone coming up to me. I have people all the time coming to me, bro, bars is crazy. Yo, what did you say? Oh, that's crazy. Da, 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 da. But you know, somebody actually come to you with something like that. That was cool, man. I appreciated that one big time.
Man, back in 2016 or 17, I want to say, I released the Wavy mixtape, and probably about 3 years later, and I had been working in the club bouncing and shit. I sold like 500 physical copies and shit, and everybody was fucking with it. This one dude that my homeboy Gaffy, he brought him up from West Virginia, and they had been bumping that shit down there for a couple years. And dude was just like all like, you know, he made me feel like I was like some kind of, you know, superstar, inspirational motherfucker. You know what I mean? So I gave him the last copy of that motherfucker that I had and signed it and gave it to him and shit. Shout out to dude.
That's super dope because like I said, a lot of people when they think of musical artists, they just think of the ego and the bravado and this, that, and the fucking third, which is why I wanted to sit there and it's like something that you said made you feel good. You know what I mean? Because you said like, because at the end of the day, you said you tell everybody what you've been through, but you say a lot of times people don't get to hear about the feedback that you get. You know what I mean? They'll say it vaguely. You said, which is why I wanted to ask you them questions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I had sent my I wasn't gonna like repost or nothing, but I sent my project to Miss Bernadette Price, Sean Price's wife, and she had listened to it and said it was fire and all that. And then I just a couple days ago I sent it to Ola Bodega Bam's brother, and he said it was fire and shit and said to keep pushing my sound. So, these might not be people that are well known throughout the fucking world and whatnot, but in, the community of music that I grew up listening to and inspired by, those are important people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Dope.
Big facts. Now, before we get up out of here, you saying like, Wave, you got so much stuff going on and coming around. You said, shut your shit up, but talk your shit.
Man, listen. So, Boys of Summer is out now on all streaming platforms that we grew up on. We got it for cheap. Videos coming very, very soon. I just talked to the guy who's editing the video today. It's coming very soon. Man, what else? We got definitely Wave Runner Surf Club merchandise. You can man follow at Wave Runner Surf Club 216 at Waverlee West at Blowchella. These are all things that I'm doing. The Blowchella line's getting ready to come. We got Snow Beach Nose Job 4 coming very, very soon. We working on Rock's next project. We got a collective project that we working on. I'm making right now. I'm doing a beat for Rock's next album. I think this is something that he's been looking for, in my opinion.
Waiting on the motherfucking beats, boy.
I'm over here right now warping this the drums for it. You know what I mean? 'Cause I got my bad, y'all. I know we in the middle of a pod, but when you get inspired, you get inspired. Can't help it.
Hey, that's perfect, dude. We working 24/7.
Oh, Rock.
365.
Oh, he's about to be. Rock's about to go crazy.
You said, yeah. Now, Rock, you said, let them know what you got going on and what you said you got coming up there, brother.
So the legendary Godflow video is out now. It's about 400 views in a week and a half. Mm-hmm. So that shit is pretty damn good. Gained a couple subscribers, got a lot of comments on that shit, and it's just gonna keep growing. Shout out to Henny Honky for shooting it. Shout out to Crazy 8 the Great, Lips to Terry, Tino Black, my boys Ty and Swag for being in the video. Shout out to Jake Jekyll and Signal Flow for letting me use the space. Yeah. And then, I got another video coming in the next couple months.
Awesome. Now, with that being said, if you guys like this video, make sure you smash that like button, turn on that bell notification so you don't miss another video. Without further ado, I love you. Lil Dub loves you. Rock Dog loves you. Mr. Waverlee motherfucking West loves you. We out of here, man. Peace.
Hey, appreciate you, bro.
We'll show my guy.
Wave Runner.
The boy Dub Deuce in the building.